Hello, 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 y'all. Please, hopefully there is no echoing. Let me know if there's no echoing on your side. Hey, hey, hey. Rich Rising, everyone. Great day. Just let me know that there is no echo on your end. Okay, I'm gonna wait for confirmation. But hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to another episode on Success with the Stars. My name is Sherise Fierce, and as y'all know, I am forever y'all's host. So if the audio is well, just welcome, everyone. Let me know in the chat. Welcome to Gemini season. Put your Gemini placement down in the chat. Put your Gemini placement and house down in the chat. Welcome to Gemini season, everyone. Thank y'all. No echo. Thank y'all for confirming with me. Thank y'all. I'm on like two audios right now. I'm on two computers. So that's why it was a little bit echoey and we were figuring it out. But we are here. Nothing's going to stop us from delivering this forecast to y'all this today. So thank y'all always for being here. Like I said, put your Gemini placement down below and put your Gemini placement and house down in the chat. All right, let me see what y'all are saying. Gemini, Moon, and Venus in the building. Hey, Katty. Hey, Nikia. Hey, Susie. So y'all know, welcome to our June forecast. June is a big month. We have a lot of big energies happening. I feel like for the last couple of months, we have had stelliums and stelliums and stelliums of energies following each other. And June is just another one of them. So y'all know how it is. We have to bring on our favorite astrologer on always to help us understand and decode the energies, as well as giving y'all a mini forecast for your month going forward. So join me, everyone, in welcoming the one, the only, Genevieve.
Hi, everyone. Facebook. How's everyone doing? Hey. Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to be here on the Growth Project. Just starting on the Growth Project. So appreciative being here. Thank you, guys. What are we at? Like month 6, month 5, 6? We're already at like so many forecasts for the year.
No, way more than that. Way more than that. I think we started in like October.
Oh.
And yeah, we've been so consistent, actually. I don't think like we missed a month. So honestly, props to you. Props to y'all for always being here. Y'all motivate us. So thank y'all for being here and always showing out with us every single month. So let's tap in already with June's energies. Actually, before we go into June's energies, I actually wanted to let everyone know, I put it in the chat below, that the Success with the Stars podcast finally has a newsletter. So we have a Substack, and you guys are going to hear us talk a little bit more about different platforms that we're going to be on this year and how we're expanding. But we are on currently Substack. So I put it down below. It will be going on throughout the forecast. We're going to make sure I'll put it multiple times. So if you don't get it right now, it's okay. It'll come through. But you guys can just tap Success with the Stars on Substack, and we have a newsletter. So if you guys want, I would definitely sign up to the newsletter every month after we do the forecast. You guys will also be getting a written version of the forecast so that you can continue throughout the month. You know, you could just pull it up, look it up, and just have the themes for your month like right there. You can screenshot it, you can keep it. I know you guys love video, but if like me, I like to read as well. And it's super easy to just have a newsletter be delivered to my inbox directly and just be able to pull it up whenever I want. So if you guys are excited for that, let us know. We're excited. We're excited to be expanding and to be able to give you insights directly to your inbox. So we're going to have insights from Umi. We're going to have insights from other astrologers. You're going to have insights from me, all metaphysical and just spiritual and esoteric, and how to use these things in your daily life, manifestation. All of that's going to be delivered directly to your inbox. So y'all see, we out here trying to do big things, y'all. So thank y'all for just always supporting. I'm going to put the link down below so that you guys can join and be some of the first people to join our newsletter. Let me just put a little a little sound for that. Yay! All right, so before we get into the forecast for today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the month of May. So every single month we do this. I wanted to ask y'all, how was your month of May? What came up for you? Like, we had that big conjunction in May, Uranus and Jupiter in May. There's a lot of big energies in May. Personally, I slowed down in May. I don't know if it was the same for everyone, but for me, it was very like an introverted period for me. It's in my second house. I pretty much slowed down during May, but it did help me recenter and refocus on the things that mattered. And it was just like, I need to simplify. Like, I was like all over the place, and May really helped me simplify. So let me know how May was for y'all down below before we even get into June, to see where we're coming from towards where we're going. How was May for you, Umi? Any downloads, anything that came up for you?
Since I'm a water sign with like earth, the water and earth months are usually good for me. It's usually the air and the fire months that are usually for me, right? So May was, I dropped a sale, I did a promo, things were I was a little busy. So May was it's my moon season. So it had potential. It had a lot of potential. There was potential. So earth months and water months, I usually do well in. It's the fire and the air months that are getting a little tricky for me. So this Gemini season, I'm like bracing myself since it's air. But it was good. I always like May. I'm a Scorpio, so that's always my full moon or new moon month. So I like May. I like Taurus season.
I love that. I'm trying to see in the chat what people are saying. May was chaotic, secret revealed, 2 promises of money, and 3 acres of property coming in for me. Okay, girl. Like, lots of new connections and clarification. It started off strong. Okay, I'm gonna read this one. It started off strong, but I let someone fool me twice, and now going in the end of the month, I cried and feel anger. I'm a Libra sun, Taurus moon. It was in my second house.
One of my childhood friends passed away, and that was hard too. Like, so I could feel you as like I always feel like the transits, everyone's gonna have their own understanding of it, but if you share a similar transit, like a placement with someone, there's more likely you'll share a similar sadness with them, a similar happiness with them. It may not be the same thing of the same topic or reasoning, but I always believe that if a group of signs or a certain sign is going through a negative aspect, everyone feels the negative aspect. So in May, as much as it was a positive for like resources, it also very overwhelming for me when it came to my emotions, because one of my childhood friends passed away. So that was like devastating to me. So it was just one of those months with like extremes.
Yep, I could definitely attest to that. Definitely a lot of extreme energy. Someone said also a lot of inner child healing. I can definitely feel that as well. We also had a Sagittarius full moon, I think like last week or within the last couple of days as well. That was a illuminating point for me. I'm a Sagittarius sun. And for those of y'all who followed me, y'all saw me. I was out in nature. I was meditating. I was, doing the things, channeling. And a big one that came for me, like a big download that came for me, and I hope that this is for someone today, is that you know, we are just here to experience life, and we are just here to experience and express and create, and we don't always have to be right. And I feel like that's a big one, especially for me. Like, that's a download that I had last month that was I'm taking going forward with me, because I feel like a lot of us feel like we need to be right about something. We need to be right about everything. We have a lot of perfectionism because we don't want to be wrong. We don't, what if we say something now and then like we evolve and we change our mind in the future? Or like, you know, those type of things. And I feel like it's just a really huge reminder. Plus it happens
Can you guys still hear us? Okay.
Hey, y'all, do you hear me?
Okay. Yep. I hear you. I just heard you.
I'm not sure what's happening. I'm not sure what's happening, but you guys can't see me, but you can hear me. So we'll continue for this. I'm just fixing it on my end. But I was just saying that that was a huge one that I have for me, and it unlocked a lot for me, is that we do not need to always be right about everything. And I feel like it coming through on a Sagittarius energy was so important because, you know, we could be mutables, we could be a little bit know-it-alls, and it's really important for us to always okay, I'm here, always act like not always act, but you know, we just trying to know, we're just always trying to consume and know and understand, and we're not going to know it all, and we're never going to know it all. And I think it's important to have this energy going forward. And I feel like Jupiter and Gemini is bringing that energy too. Know a little bit about everything, but not knowing everything, like about everything. So that's just where I'm at currently, and how the transits have been affecting me and what they've been showing me and the downloads that I've been having. But I'm interested to hear anything else for you, Umi. How was actually Jupiter passing through Taurus for you? Because that was a full year. And y'all too, let me know, what are the lessons that y'all have learned from Jupiter in Taurus?
It's my moon and it's my 10th house. So I just did a lot of 10th house stuff. Jupiter coming into my 10th house was about figuring out what I really want to do, how I really want to dive into my creativity, what my price points are, just a lot of like future. And even what we've spoken about, like on our personal conversations, what I'm trying to go to school for, what I'm still back and forth on. So a lot of 10th house stuff was for me with Jupiter and Taurus. Now I'm a Scorpio sun, so that opposed me. So this was a big year for my relationship. Like this was a make it or break it season for us in so many ways. So a lot of that, just a lot of future planning, a lot of just things with what I consume. I got into the gym more. I started cooking for myself more and my family, just really getting into my values. And I'm happy for that shit to leave because I was in the house all day, not doing nothing. Just like I'm happy for that shit. I needed to go into the 11th house. I could meet some people, be outside. I am tired of that shit being out the house. So done.
This year is an outside summer. Like, I just know it. I just feel it. Like, this year is an outside summer. I feel like this is the summer we've been waiting for since 2016.
I was just doing this.
Right? Because you know how we say like a summer never hit since like 2016? That summer, like 2016, 2017. I personally believe that this summer is going to hit. Like this summer is going to be hit. Like Jupiter just moved into air sign. I feel like we all going to be outside. All the air signs are going to be touched. I feel like we all going to be social, going to be outside. I'm definitely feeling this energies for this year. Plus, after COVID, I think we forced the summers. We were like, this is like, we were forcing to travel because we were scared, right? So we're like, okay, let me travel because we don't know what's gonna happen. So we traveled and shit, but it wasn't the same. I feel like this is the first time we're gonna really travel, like relax and like really be outside for real, like for fun versus like, let me go outside because we don't know what's happening. We might lock down, right? So I definitely feel this for the summer. And is there is there transits or astrology to support that feeling? You let me know because I'm not intuitive, but I definitely know what when I'm feeling something that other people in the cosmos and in the collective is feeling them as well. Just reading through some of the comments.
I was trying to, like, when I was doing the forecast, I was like, okay, we're outside. Everyone's saying that we're outside this summer. So I was like, all right, let's go back to 2016 because everyone's like loves the 2016. And it's true because around that time we had a mutable stellium. We had Jupiter, we had the nodes, we had Saturn and Sagittarius. We had a mutable energy. The nodes in Pisces and Virgo. Virgo and Pisces, just in the proper. Jupiter was an immutable because it was just coming into, it's either, let me just make sure. But 2016, Jupiter should be in Virgo. Some of those energies there, but we had a mutable North Node and a mutable Saturn. We're about to come into a mutable North Node and we're in a mutable Saturn. So we're outside. The last time we were outside semi was when the North Node was in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius, in Jupiter in Pisces, which was 21, 22, right after the pandemic. Everyone was like, yo, we need to travel. We need to go somewhere. So that was the last time we were like semi outside, but 2016 was mutable out around that time. So that's why a lot of people remember the 2016 summertime parties. That's when Drake was the hottest, man. So yeah, you're right.
That I definitely hope for that for all of us. I'm just pulling up the rest for today, but I definitely do hope that like it is that summer for all of us. I hope that. I truly do. So let's get a little bit into the energies of today. Before we go into the forecast, so let us know. I know you've been so yesterday on Patreon, for those of you who are on Patreon, and we talked a lot about the power of the degrees and how to tap into the degrees of every day, even the degrees when it comes to our own chart as well, was very, very interesting. If anyone was here from that Patreon, let us know what you thought below. It is currently up in Patreon, by the way, for those of you who still want to see the replay. It's currently there. But that it was about the power of numbers and how they're so important that every single day the moon transits different degrees and it brings on a flavor to our day. And how every single day, like the sun is at a very specific degree, and that gives us as well a focus and a purpose for that day. So let the people know how you use the degrees, first of all, every single day. And then if you can tap into what are the degrees currently and how it's playing out. You're muted.
So I go on astro.com, but you can go anywhere that you find the current planets. I go on astro.com. I look at to see where the planets are and the degrees next to them. The sun moves by day. The moon moves by hours. Mercury, close to sun, will move by day. Venus, Mars, these will take like a couple of weeks for them to move. So this, you look at the degree. All degrees are associated with a sign. 1 starting with Aries to 29 ending with Leo. So you count up from 1 to 29 and you start with Aries and you know you're going to end with Leo. So based on the degree at the side of the planets, the side of the planet during looking at transits, you'll know what the undertone. So today the sun is at 8 degrees in Gemini. Scorpio degree. Where have we operated today in a Platonic Scorpio way, 8th house way? Finances, shared resources today. There is some occultic thinking today. There's also some hidden secrets, repressed thoughts, just spaces where we want to uncover something hidden in some capacity, or just spaces where taboo thinking, taboo dreams, going to taboo or what do you say? Explicit places, having explicit mindsets, talking about explicit conversations. I could already see it right now, because right now Cardi is trending with Candace Owens and they're talking about porn. So 8th house stuff, like they're arguing over this. So 8th house stuff is today. How does 8th house Scorpio energy operate on this level today? Even though we're in a Gemini sun, it's 8 degrees. The moon currently is 26 degrees. Now the sun transits every day, the moon transits by the hour. So with it being at 26 degrees right now, this is a Taurus degree. So we have a Scorpio degree on the sun, Taurus degree on the moon. Okay. We're working with some energy that is polarizing. So where are we operating on the sun with that platonic? And then right now, just within this hour, where did you think about something financial, self-worth, inner resources, all types of resources within the next hour, within the last hour? Since it is Aquarius, definitely resources with groups, group pooling, group funding, group projects within the last hour. Since it is a Taurus degree, where are you asking yourself, what can I afford within this group? What can I offer within this group? How am I valued within these group settings, group mindsets? It could have happened in the last hour where someone long distance, someone you haven't spoken to in a while, reaches out to you to see how you could support them within something. So it's still an energy where it's self included in groups, because Taurus is a selfish energy, a self-serving energy. We've been thinking about something self-serving, self-motivated, self-securing within the last hour, 26 degrees, as we operate in groups.
Very interesting. Let me know below, y'all, if this resonates for y'all, and if you have anything that Umi has definitely mentioned. So you already know, because I told you this morning, but I had like very explicit dreams last night. I even dreamt about Umi last night. But so the first thing that I did was just like wake up and tell her. But most definitely dreamt about some taboo things, not towards Umi, but dreamt about some deep things, some taboo things, and definitely had already a couple of resource conversations today. Absolutely. Let me see. Okay, wait. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if you want me to tell the people the dream.
You told me the dream. You told me. I'll listen to her. You told the dream.
The dream was interesting, but someone said a lot of repressed thoughts for me. 26 is my moon degree, so I posted a thread to see going to experiment with this. Yes, that was part of the class yesterday as well, talking about the degrees and when to post. So if y'all still want to check it out, it's up in the Patreon, so y'all can get in if you want to be there, and you'll get access to all the previous classes as well. So what should we be expecting like going forward? So we're at a Taurus degree, so we're probably going to go into a Gemini degree, maybe around like 3 o'clock.
So we're gonna go into Gemini degree. So after we get this live, beautiful degree, Gemini. We should be at 27. And if, give or take, 27 to 28, Gemini to Cancer energy, Gemini degree to Cancer degree. But while we're in that Gemini energy, just know that it becomes clumsy in the next hour. It's like you have to figure out like some planning, organization. Maybe you're overthinking. Maybe you start researching. So just be conscious of where you can become distracted in the next hour. After that, when we get to a 28 degree, now you're on the home front. So you're looking at family stuff, you're getting some emails out, remember, this is a resource moon that we're in. So we're doing all things that are based on paying off debts, clearing debts, attaining assets, working with groups where you can build assets, build funding. But around that 27 degree, it becomes clumsy and maybe a little confusing. And then you stabilize once we get to 28. So by 4 or 5 p.m., you start to stabilize from that confusing energy you were at around 3 p.m. Eastern time zone.
Thank you for specifying the time zone. Yes, very important. All right, so let's get into the forecast. Let's get into the month of June. We've talked a little bit about May. We've talked about our past month, but let's look at June a little bit to see where we're at. Wait, how can I make us see all of the screen? So the month of June, we have a lot going on. Hold on. You guys can't see all of the screen, but it's okay. You see most of the month. What's really important to highlight, I believe, in June. Well, it was like this for all of the months, which I don't know if there's a spiritual reason for it, but ever since like I would say Aquarius season, we've been having these stelliums and they follow each other. So like stellium in Aquarius, stellium in Pisces, stellium in Aries, stellium in Taurus, and now stellium in Gemini. And I know by the end of the year, they're gonna like spread out a little bit. But I'm just like to myself, I think like, what does this mean right now? Like, why are all like everything is so close? I feel like, for example, Gemini season is going to be to the nth degree of Gemini. Taurus season was like maximized because there were so many planets in Taurus, and I feel like we're gonna see the same thing as well in Gemini season because there'll just be almost all the planets in Gemini. I'd love to hear you guys' theories in the comments as well. Let me know. I just feel like right now, for some reason, we're just like exploring the true essence of a sign. Or like we're like right now, especially for the past 3 months, we've had a huge focus on ourselves, our identity, our resources, how we communicate about ourselves. Like I just feel like we're experiencing every single sign to the nth degree. Or just like the true essence of the sign. It's multiplied. But let me know what you think for what you found for the month of June. Talk to us about the overall energy for the collective for the month of June as well. What you've seen with the transits that we have. What type of month will it be? Especially compared to the months that we've had prior. It would be really helpful.
Just to jump on, carry that. I'm looking at it even in an astronomy way when they say that the sun is getting closer to Earth that way, that as well, where we are getting close to a capacity where Earth will now be unlivable, right? So I'm looking at it from that point of view. Also, we're in an Aries North Node. So it's all about self and our integrity, our sense of character throughout this entire season of the North Node being in Aries. And I feel like it's giving each sign a month, a season to really center themselves. Aquarius season, they really centered themselves. Pisces season, they really centered themselves. Aries season, they really centered themselves. Taurus season, so that basis there as well. Even the retrogrades being in mostly fire signs, which are about self-expression, identity. I just keep thinking about how they're saying that we're getting too close to the sun and we're gonna burn if we don't go into another world. So I just keep thinking about it in that way. Since Mercury, this is part of each of these stelliums, and they're all close to the energy of the sun. Like we had a Mercury retrograde in Aries. We're having a few Kazimis this year, like in that, like close to the sun. So I think it's aspecting in that astronomy type of way as well.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So talk to us about June. Let us know what you're seeing for the month of June. Like I said, overall, how it's going to affect the collective, how it's going to affect us resource-wise, financially, the economy. Just let us know what you see for the month of June first.
So June opens your energy for the collective. The people that are not even as social, they don't even like people like that. But this season, they're going to be way open to communicating, connecting, collaborating with people. Everyone. We haven't been in this energy since Mars was in Gemini, and that was in 2022. And that's the last time we could have focused on friendships, networking, community in the way where we want to bring in something new. So we're back in that energy for everyone. You'll see that some of the most introverted people want to now operate in spaces where they're extroverted, where they're like, okay, it's time for me new people. I want to meet new things. I want to bring adventure, healthy challenges into my life. And that's what I'm seeing with this. A lot of people are traveling in a long time. Some people haven't traveled since 2016, since before the pandemic. So this is a time where everyone is expanding and opening up their horizons. This is an educational placement. So people are returning back to school, getting licenses. Some people have been in jobs, been in areas that they've lived in, worked in for years. Now they're finally taking first-time trips, going into different positions. Gemini is all about the more you can know, the more people you can meet. That's why Gemini is known to be a very overthinking sign. So now the collective is in a way where we want to open up different forms of thinking, different forms of attaining information, meeting different people. So this is an air energy for the collective, a social energy for the collective.
Thank you for that. If you guys have questions, just post them down below, and I'm going to pull them up for Umi. So we have a lot of squares happening to Saturn this month. So if we look around, what was it, like about the third week of June, we have second week of June, we have Sun in Gemini square Saturn. We have Venus in Gemini square Saturn. So we have a lot of squares to Saturn this month. We're gonna have some trines to Pluto. What does that mean for us?
Now Saturn is government, police, officials, politicians. So we could already see how, since Saturn has come into Pisces, just even foreign governments, foreign laws, the squares mean that we're fighting the government. The government is a place of a malefic for us. And you could already see with the protests. You could already see with the in the states, the political convention that's about to go on, campaign that's about to go on, how it's already nasty. We can already see what's going on with Palestinian and the Israeli, and just how that's dividing the world. So there's a lot going on with how people trust the government. And it's Piscean energy. So it's where we feel like the government is lying, hiding things, lack of transparency. People want to know the truth. And since it's a Jupiter and Gemini energy, it's going to be the young people, the college students, the school age kids, like those energies that really have a voice during this transit. And people will even be traveling to areas to help bring this activism. We're still in a North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra. So there's a lot of what side are you on still going on. But whenever there's Saturn aspects, especially negative ones, that means people wants to fight authority. Even when you have Saturn in your chart, you could struggle with authority.
Absolutely. I have Saturn square Sun, and I definitely have a problem with like authority 100%. So we also have on June 9th, June 14th, I see that we have a Cazimi. You've talked about the Cazimis before, but June 9th, we have Mars entering Taurus. How different will it feel for us when Mars goes into Taurus versus how it felt during Aries season? I don't know if Mars likes to be into Taurus, but can you tell us what the shift will be like so that we can know it when we're experiencing it?
So Mars, So Mars is a cardinal fire, home in cardinal fire, exalted in cardinal earth. Now, when it comes into an earth sign, it's still exalted in an earth sign, so it's still grounded. We're becoming more grounded now. It's now to center on our support systems. And when Mars was in Aries, it was more about our visions. It was a little impulsive. We felt like we had to do. Even if we were a headless chicken, we just felt like things needed to get done. Now that we're in Mars and Taurus, it slows down. We're now in the energy of the bull, the ogre. Someone's a little slow, and slow to go forward or slow to push through. They have to have a build up. And that's what we're in right now. We're a build up to this very exciting summertime. This is a time where it is really centering the fixed signs. When Mars was in Aries, it was towards the cardinal signs. So that Mars and Aries season, why was it important for the Aries, the Libra, the Cancers, the Capricorns? Right now with Mars being in Taurus, it'll be important for the Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Why is this a season where you feel like you have to build up some momentum? You have to save up some money, really work on your potentials, but it's resource focused. So fixed signs can't really do anything if they don't feel resourcefully secure in taking that step. So it's more important for the fixed signs to keep that drive. The last one was for the cardinals to keep that drive. And then when we move into a mutable, it'll be for the mutables to keep going with that drive. So while it could be slowing down for the collective, not necessarily for the fixed signs, because Mars is in their modality right now. But it is a slower Mars. It's a Mars that wants us to enjoy the fruits of our labor rather than just do. It's a Mars that wants to get to the fundamentals. It's an Earth Mars, so it's all about taking baby steps, where our last Mars was about just going full forward, even a little competitive as well with that Mars. This is not more so a competitive. It's more so we did so much last season. Now it's time to see, what have we attained from it? What do we want now? And this is also a very sensual Mars. It's a sexy Mars. Mars in Aries is a competitive Mars. Mars in Taurus is sexy, sensual, that kind of energy there. So this is also a Mars that's going to lighten up, shake up the love life sectors as well, since it's opposed to Scorpio. So the fixed signs, your love life is getting a little hot right now, or there's just some things around the sacral chakra that we need to work on, or just talk about or feel good in for the next few weeks.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm always down for some good sacral energy. So where are we having some new beginnings this month? We have on June 6th, new moon in Gemini at 16 degrees. So if you can talk to us a little bit about just the lunar movements this month. I think we're ending with a Capricorn full moon in 1 degree. So just letting us know what the moon is doing and how it's going to affect us, and where we're having some new beginnings or cumulations this month.
So the new moon means new beginnings. This week is all about starting new projects. So the week of the 6th, new projects, taking on a new approach, especially since our last new moon energy was May 8th. That's the last time we did something new as the collective. Almost into the second week of May. Now we're going to do a new moon, a new energy, a new approach now as we move into June 6th. Now, the only thing with moon being immutable, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, it's a clumsy, spontaneous, and a redirecting moon. So the only thing with this new moon energy, it's not necessarily fully new. It's more new in a way where, okay, I want to revise some plans. I'm going to change my mind about some things. I thought I wanted to go that way, but I need to get back to the drawing board in some capacity. And that's what makes it new. Because Gemini is already doing something twice. So you're doubling back on something that now creates a new approach around June 6th. So around that week, it's not going to necessarily be a new thing. It'll be something that you're like, okay, I'm not too sure on, or maybe I could do it again. Something that I've already done and now I want to do it again. Maybe we should revise it. That's the mindset of this new moon in Gemini, mutable. Mutables, and all mutables probably can atone to this. You can be caught up in cycles where you're doing the same thing over and over again. But in your mind, you're telling you that you're doing something new. So mutables can understand what that means, where you're repeating things, but telling yourself it's something new.
I'm muted, sorry. I could definitely see that for me. I was saying when it comes to maybe revisiting old projects. So I recently launched back again, like the Growth Project podcast, but the audio version on Spotify. Just small plug for all of y'all who are listening. But and I'm like revamping it. Like you said, mutable shit. I'm probably doing the same shit. I'm probably doing the same shit, but to me, it's a new vibe. So go out there and listen to the podcast episode, y'all. But yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put back more emphasis back on the podcast. A lot of people love the podcast in the past, and they've told me like that's where I got a lot of my clients from the past or the podcast. So I'm like reusing back my podcast, so I could definitely see that as being like not an old thing, but not a new like not a fully new thing, but coming in a new way. Let me know for y'all what it is. They're laughing at me, but absolutely. All right, so let's get into the all sign forecast, y'all. I know that's what y'all been waiting for. So let's get into the all sign forecast. Or is there anything else you wanted to say about June, Umi, before we move on?
I have some notes that I just wanted to share. Okay, so just a few. I'm going to run down the transits just real quick. All right, real quick. So 1st through 7th, we have the Sun conjunct Venus in Gemini. So we're coming into the season with companionship, pleasure, resources. Everyone wants to hang out. Be open to the fact that everyone is in this mindset. So we're coming into this season in that way. So don't try to stay in the house and hide out. It's not about that right now, especially if you want to build brands. If you want funding, sponsorships, go out there. Everyone is open to this. We could actually be in a time period where people are building new apps. Like right now, even thinking about the apps right now, one of my friends just told me this. She met someone on this app, the Black app, the BLK app. Yeah, so there's new apps that's about to come out right now where they want you to meet people. They want to open up. There's about to be the movie. A movie's about to come out, I think, where it's about someone who's met someone in the app. I think it's that Risa Tisa, that thing. So we're about to come into this whole thing of online dating, meeting people online. This is even a time where some of you have went to meet people that you've only known virtually, but you're going to go meet them physically now. This is that time. Another thing I wanted to open up is Jupiter trine Pluto. This is importantly for the air signs. You are making big plans within the week of the 1st and the 6th. Group finances and potential to meet powerful people. Be open to all types of people during this time. Air signs. And most importantly, you haven't been in this momentum since 2022. And this is for the Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Very motivational transit for you. Another transit I wanted to talk about. Okay, yeah. Venus square Saturn. This is a heavy weekend, the 8th. We're experiencing some struggles. This will be a time where it could be a lot of overthinking about what your future looks like. There'll also be some spaces where freedom of speech will be important during this time. So Venus square Saturn, just expect during the week of the 8th, where there's more college protests. There's more talks about where the government funding is going, why there's still inflation, and just spaces where we can't afford things. Geminis, just like we know most Gemini energies, they can't help but say what they need to say. They can't help but let you know that this is what's on my mind. So during that time, freedom of speech is going to be so important. We're going to see people coming on news and letting you know where they're openly wanting to speak against how the government is operating. So that's just important week, the 8th and on. So those are the transits that I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows is important, especially since it's in the beginning of June.
Okay, perfect. So let's get into the transits for every sign. I'm going to pull up every chart for every sign, and we are going to go through the forecast for every rising sign. So make sure to check for your rising first, sun, and moon secondly. Okay, so we will be back after this small little intermission, y'all. Okay, so we should be seeing the Aries rising. So we could start with the forecast for June, y'all. And if y'all can help us with some of the timestamps, it will be amazing. So we're currently starting with Aries, Aries rising, sun, moons. This is your forecast for June. You're muted.
Aries, we're transiting your third house. We're in the house of communications and thoughts. You're being conscious this month on how you communicate with others. You're even looking to see if you can either take to some summer classes or get a license of some sort by the end of August, Virgo season, because that will square right now. And just be in your sixth house to let you know if you kept your habits, if you kept your word. So we're looking for something that can open up our mental expansion, just keep our mind rolling. So it could be something short term as well. Since Aries, you are cardinal, so you still want to work for yourself and operate in environments that allow you to have professional freedom. This is also a month of hanging out with siblings, cousins, and just being able to reunite with some childhood friends and associates. You're also doing some short distance travel and open to events that are local or road trips. Now, it's okay if you don't feel like being in large groups and only want to be around people that you feel like are best for you, that understand where you mentally want to go. And that's why siblings and family members, like siblings, friends, childhood friends, can be important right now, because you're like, for all cardinals, being around people that really know them from the beginning, and just know what they've the trials that they had to go through and had to experience. They're really centering right now. And some of it can be really spontaneous, where people just call you up and be like, hey, I'm coming to visit you, Aries, or hey, Aries, come visit me, I got you. Just in some capacity. And also where you feel like you need to learn something, like you need some sort of license, degree. You're looking at school in some way, but short term, maybe something just for the summer or to think about throughout the summer. And that's Aries. Taurus. Taurus, the sun is transiting your second house of resources. Now, this isn't the most compatible transit for you, Taurus. You have some unexpected payouts that can come out this month. You might also feel like you need to make a lot happen with not much going on in some capacity. Now, this can cause you to feel like you're penny pinching, or you might even need to lend out some money or get some money lent to you in some capacity, but you're penny pinching, so unexpected resources. Now, you should start making a budget list now, or a small little savings account, so June doesn't throw you into like a whirlwind, because it is in your second house, the house that rules you. So there is a basis of feeling like, oh, I may not have all my ducks in a row in this house. I may also need to figure out where I'm a little irresponsible, unconscious of my spending habits. And since it is an energy about movement, where are you even thinking of saving up to move, to relocate, or to change jobs, change locations in that area? But it's looking at your second house right now, and where we need to get back to the drawing board and realize what is really worth it. What do we need to save towards? How do we really want to invest in self this year? Taurus. So important with that as well. And looking at all the other transits that connect with you too. Uranus, that energy is still with you, Taurus. Same thing with Aries. North Node is still with you, Aries. Chiron is with you, Aries. So just giving that as well. Gemini. Gemini, this energy is transiting your first house. Gemini, we are in your season and the sun is transiting this first house energy. So new look, new approach, and definitely new people. You decide to make sure you surround yourself with people you actually wanted to be around this season. Like you celebrated this birthday very intentionally. And since it is Gemini space, same thing with where I speak with Aries, it might even be a time where we're having some reunions. We want to meet new people, but we'll meet new people within other people that we already know, which is Gemini can be known for. Putting you on to someone, putting you on to something. They're great at being third party. Now, you want to be clear on how important the wrong company can be extremely detrimental to you. You are definitely taking trips this season, and even after, you need to know that you are never chained to anything. So you're definitely taking trips. You have a wanderlust, and this is just going to be an important season for you where you don't want to feel like you're chained, you're stuck, you have any type of attachment issue. You hate that to begin with. And since you haven't really been in your vibe since 2021 and 22, this is an important birthday season for you. So much newness is here, and just spiritual revelations, the guidance you're trying to really come into this year, the truth you want to be in this year. Now get all these trips and all these adventures out the way, because when we come into September and Jupiter retro, September has moved into October. So in October, specifically, Jupiter will retrograde in Gemini. And that's when you'll slow down and you'll have like a hermit-like feeling. So you got a real push going through summer. And then around September, October, it starts slowing down. Now, this is where we're going to consider where you want to start moving, because many of you mutables, especially Gemini and Sagittarius, by 2026, we want to be somewhere that we're not currently in right now. So important season for you, Gemini. Cancer. Cancer, the sun is transiting your 12th house. Cancer, this past year hasn't been the best for you. You and your cardinal sisters and brothers are trying so hard to stay afloat. Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn. Now this season, it asks you to speak to someone. Go and get some help. Speak to someone who can help you with some heavy thoughts and some emotions that you've been feeling. You might need to take a long distance trip by water, or even just a few hundred miles away from your normal habitat to really find some peace. See some people that aren't the ones that you're living with at the moment and that you see on an everyday basis. Go be around some people that you haven't been around in some time. You need something fresh and new to take your mind off things. And even if it's a distraction for now, it's what's necessary with being in the 12th house. We're floating. We're in a floating period. We're in a period where we're really trying to figure out, what's really our feelings, what's our perceived feelings. We're in the 12th house. It's not always the best aspect since you're a water energy, and this is a transit that's air. And you're already a homebody. You're already someone that's very territorial about your personal space. So right now, if it's about meeting people for you, Cancer, it's about meeting people in the cut. In an area where it's secluded with you and them. You guys could talk. But definitely this time, you're in your 12th house. You're in your head in some capacity. And just like with all cardinals, since this transit's going to be in mutable houses for you, all of you are thinking about going to school, getting some license, figuring out how you can get a certain type of badge, a certain type of career status at the moment. Even if it means that, I'm not feeling too well. I'm not feeling as, extroverted people person. So I might as well do something productive. You won't really get out of this funk, like I've spoken before, till September, when Pluto retrogrades into Capricorn, finally done, moves on. And that was Cancer. Leo, the sun is transiting your 11th house. You're having a time right now to look at your long-term resources. Now, Leo, it may not be the time for all Leos to look at retirement, but the older Leos right now, you're looking at retirement in some way. Your pension, just what you're going to have when it's all said and done. Now, all Leos could be looking in this way in some capacity where they're like, all right, let me just put some money somewhere towards, a rainy day, towards something that allows me to know that it can be a cushion for me at any age and moment in my life. So like a Roth IRA, a life insurance policy. Leos are in this area, especially the older Leos. You're also looking at your collateral finances, from savings to debt. Look at new methods and even shortcuts to a better way at having and attaining assets. You're also looking at group settings in some way, Leo. It's as if you want to be in like an adult sorority or fraternity or part of some organization, Leo. You want to be you want to be gang right now for a reason. Or you're in situations where you're really in groups. That's like a crew. So you want to be about something that helps you showcase your creative talents within, or your creative expression within a group of people in some way. And you will walk into that, Leo. Someone wants to bring you on their team. And you've also been feeling like you could bring something to groups. I also see things like maybe going into like a book club, maybe going to like maybe a little Zumba class, a dancing class. But Leo, you want to be around groups of people that relate to you. And you want to also work on you also want to look at things that can help you towards your later resources. We're also looking at your health insurance right now, Leo. We're looking at when I say health insurance, just in spaces where you're good. That just in case any emergency happens, you're good, even in the medical realms. 11th house is not the money that we have now or the resources we have now. It's the resources we have later, or the resources that could be towards later. This can also be important for you, Leo, with doing your taxes this moment and what that would look like and why it's different this year. This is also that house. So 11th house, and that's Leo.
Is the screen is black? Okay, I'm gonna try to pull it up again.
Virgo.
Y'all, I'm sorry for so much technical. I don't know what's going on with the technologies today.
Just know that the whole season, guys, things don't go as planned.
For real, like we never have this much problems. I don't get it. We do the same thing. Like, why is it not working today? But yep, mutable season.
And look, we're just coming into Virgo. Mutable. I really believe in that. Really believe in that. As soon as you come into contact with an energy, it is going to change the whole entire effect of the conversation, the room. Be conscious of people that come in contact with you. If you can ask them their sign, if it's too like fishy for you and like weird, I do it. Like, what's your sign? Like, tell me my message. You'll literally find the message through this person's sign. Don't think people are negative or positive. They have a message with every step they take. So we just came into mutable sign Virgo, so of course it's gonna happen.
Virgo's
make it perfect.
Yep, exactly. All right,
So
go
Virgo,
ahead.
10th house. Virgo, you are looking at your long-term goals this month. You're trying to make some mature decisions about where you want your life to go. You're also in a space of indecision. Should you continue down a path that you've become used to, or should you try something new? Now, even though you're a mutable energy, you're adaptable, you're the most rigid out of the mutables. Gemini and Sagittarius, they'll flow. They won't even know it's an uncomfortable situation and flow. Pisces will flow. We already found Pisces is interpreted, but since you're an earth sign, you're the most grounded out of all those energies, because one is air, one is fire, and one is water. So even though you are adaptable and you can act on situations that are thrown at you, you hate it. So being put in a position where you're being asked to change your mind about some life decisions can be a little hard for you, but that's where it's asking you right now. Now, it might be a time that you give a career or a gig, like a little bit of a break, some time off, so you can learn a new niche. And it'll be great for you, Virgo, so you can see that you can merge in any way that you want. But right now you're in the 10th house. You need to do some long-term thinking. And since it's in Gemini, it's asking you about your left to right brain, where you're just going back and forth with yourself. And you're also realizing that you may have become bored, or realizing that you want new clientele, especially in this gig that you've already been in for some time. Since 2023, it's been asking you to showcase more of your hidden gifts, or more of the things that you've shadowed in your life when it comes to projects that you want to go into. So this is that time to see the new ways you can do what you do. You can attain more of this career, or a career that you want. Now, it is Gemini, mutable energy, so it could just be doing something part-time for a little bit, giving something else a break, because mutable energy will always ask you to do a few different projects at once anyway. So that's Virgo. I appreciate y'all a lot. Libra season. Libra energy, ninth house. So Libra, we're in the ninth house. Now, Libra, you're in the house of expanding your horizons, knowing that it's best to enjoy the experience that you have. Now, out of all the cardinals, Libra, you are the most conflicted at work. Now, the reason why is because Libras may feel like it's not bad over here. Like, it's not like I hate my job. It's not my job is treating me badly. It's not any of those things. So right now for Libra energy, it can be just more on the base. Do I like the culture of the company? Do I feel like this is the type of environment, people that I want to attach my name, my brand to? It's asking to see how you can expand your horizons in a way where you realize what other job settings, what other types of people you can meet. Because that's the thing with Libra. They're very big on don't make me look bad, or don't put me in positions where I can be easily disrespected. So that could be the theme within these job settings. I'm tired of being disrespected, or I feel a sense of disrespect. And it's just some basis of, it's just self though, because it doesn't necessarily, that's the thing with Libra. It's not like you're in a bad setting in work. It's just something about where you feel like your sense of integrity, your sense of character is no longer aligning with this job setting, with this job idea. Now, all cardinals are looking at school. All cardinals are looking at how they can go up the ladder. And that can be the thing as well, Libra, with this energy transiting your ninth house, where you're not having a sense of inspiration here anymore. You're lacking inspiration in this department. Now, you can expect some travel this month, Or you can plan for a bigger trip, especially around your birthday, Libra, because you wanted to do something big for your last birthday, especially around your birthday, especially since the energy goes, Jupiter goes retrograde in Gemini around your birthday. So this could be that time where you're centering more of a bigger trip. Now, Libra, this is also, since it's a Jupiter house, it's connected to like the judicial system, the courts. So Libra, you're around the courts in some way, court proceedings, paperwork proceedings within the courts. So you could be waiting for some sort of judgment, or for waiting for some sort of paperwork to come in the mail from some sort of judgment. And Libra, you could be in spaces where you've been in some court or needing to having some court proceedings since last year. That's Libra. We might even also have to ask with Libra, South Node, where we might even have to get some sort of references. Just to give it how I see it, it's like Libra needs the right people around them to defend them right now. Libra, you need people around you that's going to defend you, defend your character in some way, if you're within these court proceedings. Scorpio. Scorpio, the sun is transiting your 8th house. Now, this is your home base. This is a transformative month for you. You are coming out of a hermit mode and you want more engagement in your life. Now, just don't go spending way more than you need to because you want to have a good time, Scorpio. You're also taking care of other people's expenses this month. You may not even be mad about it, especially if you feel like these people can assist you. Scorpio, it's been very important that you learn to say no, boundaries, and also look for help. Asking for help. I need help. And if you have to come into spaces where you need to pay and save up for the kind of help that you're looking for, so you feel secured because you are a financial sign, so you feel just like you would want someone to pay you for your pain, pain and suffering, you would want to do the same thing for them as well. So even if you have to come into that space where you just have to pay for some assistance, do so, but don't get too crazy because this is a financial house. Now, this is also a romantic season for you, and you'll be making some plans with you and your lover to have way more date nights. Now, this is also a reproductive house as well. So be careful of any oopsies this month. Be conscious of where you can overextend yourself and now realize you bit off more than you can chew. And that's something, Scorpio, you can fall into a lot where you're like, oh, this is not even my cause, and it's happening. So being very clear, on just with being in Gemini season, being very clear and concise in conversation and communication, making sure that even if you have to double back on a conversation, just to be clear that you're on the same page with this person or with this area, is important. Especially since Scorpio, it can be your pockets, and that's all fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. That hurts the most because of a misunderstanding. Sagittarius, the sun is in your 7th house. Sagittarius, the sun is transiting your 7th house. All types of partnerships matter to you right now. Everyone is useful. Everyone can be put to work. You are the most sociable you've ever been in your life, and it's going to show throughout this entire month. You are reuniting and meeting new people along the way. And this isn't new because you told yourself from the beginning of the year, like since your birthday, December, January, that you wanted to open yourself up to all things possible this year. Now, it's important you are clear and concise, always with Gemini energy, with your ideas so you can make the proper communications, have the proper communications, and make the right companionships, because everyone's useful and everyone can be put to work. It'll be a mutable that has a great black book. It'll be a mutable that's like, oh, I know this person, I know that person, I can tell you, I can put you on with this person, or let me put you on with this place. That's mutable energy. And Sagittarius, this is your summer to create that. This is your year to create that. We start off this year with Mercury going direct in your sign. Now, don't be afraid to go out there and travel, to meet these people, and to solidify these connections. Jupiter is opposing you. This Gemini stellium is opposing you. So it's letting you know that I have my truths, I have my understandings, but let's see and go out there. Let's go out there and see what else I can learn, the different types of people I can meet. In Sagittarius, you did tell yourself this year that you wanted to take trips, let it be local or long distance, but this is a year of trips. You started off the year with this mindset. Mercury going direct. Capricorn, the sun is transiting your 6th house. Capricorn, you are currently trying to get your body and mind in better shape. Some of you are in the gym, lifting weights, strength training, trying to match the pressure that you put in your mind with your body. You're witnessing the changes that need to happen in the lifestyles that you've been living. You are becoming conscious of the unhealthy habits you have, or you've picked up over the past year. Now you want to change your mind around these habits, and you might even need the assistance of others. Cardinals, especially you, Capricorn, you might feel like you want a trainer this year, or you want a certain type of training, someone that could guide you through this process. And it's also going to be important that you not relinquish control, but just as a cardinal and a Saturnian cardinal, that if you really want help, you can't always be holding on to the steering wheel with dear life. If you really want someone to assist you with this drive, with this route throughout life, within this moment. That's going to be important that you do that, because there's going to be another theme within the season where you have to chaperone someone, where you have to be in a space where you are a safe space, where you are a safe energy for someone, an area where they could be a cushion. So just like you're coming into a space of someone assisting you, there'll be another energy within the month where you are assisting someone as well. You're in the house of service. So this is a month where you feel like you have to be service driven and habit focused. It's a mutable energy, so it could be something that you're double backing on, that you'd have to double back on, that you wanted to do maybe around your birthday, start doing, and now you're really solidifying it. And this could be even a time where you're celebrating yourself with how much, especially if you started since your birthday, with having healthy habits, and just as this cardinal energy, the way you've been in the gym, trying to work on your stress levels, the way you've been trying to get on better healthy habits, and even why this is a time where you're even building faith, similar to how Cancer feels, or should they need to talk to someone? Similar with you need someone to help you balance out your everyday life as well right now. It's like you need connection, but someone to assist it, not just to talk to, gossip, assist as you assist them too.
You're muted. You're muted.
Aquarius, these last 3 months have been so important for you. You've been on a journey of figuring out what really fulfills you, what completes you in this life, especially since Pluto moved into Aquarius. So starting late January into February, your birthday season, there was so much you felt like needed to die, ego deaths that need to happen. Those of you who have children right now are having some celebratory activities. You're even planning on helping the kids build some creative expression this season. This is Aquarius is about having a village. That's going to be important for you right now, especially if you are a parent Aquarius, that you build a village and that the kids have activities so you can get this free time to work on your inner and outer resources and just where you're at, where else you're going creatively. You're also looking at ways where you can find creative expression. So just like Leo, you're trying to figure out where you fit in as well, what networks, groups you can be in as well. Now, it's also been a little tricky for you, Aquarius, because we have a little theme of friendships the past 2 years. How much we trust people, who's really been there for us. But you're still seeking groups. And since we are in an air energy, regardless, this is a time of community, relating, and that's important for all air signs. Air signs will love their friends sometimes more than their family. They're biological. So this is always that energy as well. Right now it's centering the 5th house. So we're in the house of self, Aquarius. All things self. And since Pluto has been on top of you, you've had to go through certain spaces of where it's maybe been about other people, what other people want from you, how you connect with other people, how you support other people, which is important because that's what makes you great, Aquarius. But right now there's been a lot of self. Pluto wants to really dive into, can you even afford to do these things before anything? So in the house of self, you, and if you have kids, them as well. Right now you're telling your people to slow down, and like your outside people to slow down a little bit because I got to think of in-house. And that's Aquarius.
Pisces, the last sign.
Pisces, this energy is transiting your 4th house. Right, Gemini. Yeah. Your 4th house. Pisces, the home front becomes a focus for you. Some of you are thinking of a way to make the home a more comfortable space, find more organization there. And some of you are even returning home, returning to your original stomping grounds in some capacity. You're bringing new changes because you're all about changes as well. You're immutable energy, so life is all about being adaptable. And this has been important for you since February, March. So since your season, since Pisces season, this is now a part 2, another immutable Gemini season. So what did you do around your birthday season that you're now building up into this season? Now, since this is immutable energy, sitting on the home front, naturally, just be cautious how you may feel overwhelmed on the home front. And that's why you need that organization there. You need to just focus on what's going on here, like what needs to be, especially as a Piscean, what is blindsiding me right now? What is something that I'm putting on the side, ignoring, avoiding right now on the home front? Now, you're also expecting some visitors on the home front. It might have some family reunions you need to attend to during this season. And that's for all mutables. All the mutables right now are talking to people they haven't talked to in a long time, reconnecting, apologizing. People are apologizing to you. Mutables right now are getting that, are in spaces where they're either giving closure or receiving closure. And your emotional and physical well-being has been important since last year with Saturn being in Pisces. And in this month, it asks you for new regimens and just to implement a better energy on the household, within the household, on the home front. And that's Pisces. Yay.
Put it back cute. But thank you. That was amazing. I really resonated with my forecast. I definitely can attest as a cardinal, as well, like Aries rising, that the whole thing you were saying about school, or just like going back, getting a small little degree, or wanting to study something like that, definitely what I'm looking into currently. It's crazy, but with the mutable energy, I'm trying to go to 3 different paths. I'm like, do I study design and editing? Do I study like personal finances, like financial advisor, or do I do like something completely left and do hypnosis? It's like three different distinct three things that I'm like, what the fuck? Like they don't even go with each other. But and as a mutable, I definitely feel you when you said that we're going to be meeting people and even traveling to meet people. I do pray that that comes true for me. Um, so if y'all liked and enjoyed your forecast, give us some love below. If you let us know what you're the most excited for when it comes to your month, and come back here and like during the month and let us know what's happening for y'all. So give Umi some love, y'all. She just went through all of the signs. Make sure to look for your rising first and your sun and your moon to get a full scope of what the month of June we have in store for you. And let us know what you're most excited for from your forecast, what you've heard. Make sure as well to join the newsletter if you want to get the written version of this forecast directly in your inbox. Make sure to join the Success with the Stars newsletter that is new. It's starting this month. So just make sure to subscribe to that. It will be in the description box. It's also below. But thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Umi, for always coming here, blessing us literally with your wisdom over and over again. As always, y'all know you can find at Umi Jenevieve everywhere at Umi Jenevieve, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere you can find her. Just show her all the love. And to whoever is out there looking to join, to bring us on your team, send an email. Send an email.
We're ready.
We're ready. We're ready. Absolutely, we're ready. Okay, don't look at the technical difficulties today. That was just beautiful energy. Okay, but thank you so much, Umi, for coming in. I'm gonna let you leave, just being mindful of your time. I'll let you do your outro, and I'll talk to the people a little bit after.
Thank you as always. Thank you to the Growth Project for allowing me to showcase this. Again, Sherise, I'm going to tell you every time, thank you for changing my life in all of the ways that I've told you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to everyone for always coming here, sitting with me, vibing with me, letting me know that to continue doing this. So appreciative of each and every one of you. Like Sherise was saying before, join the newsletter. We're going to be dropping some heat. We could be a little uncensored on there, so we're dropping even more heat. And the same thing with the Patreon. Way more, we're allowed more freedom in these spaces, so we're able to just share things where we won't get banned, right? In certain ways. So join the newsletter, send over your information. And again, I'll be having, someone told me this, said this in the comments, I'll be having another promo for Father's Day. So check that one out. So come on, dads, come out here, men. Let's get into the stars, figure it out. So we're having a Father's Day promo. Check it out, just like our Mother's Day promo. And I love y'all. Thank you, Sherise.
I love that.
Mwah. Mwah.
And absolutely check out the promo that Umi is doing for Father's Day. She has a great service called Mommy and Me, but it's technically a parent and child session. So you can use it for you and your child, but you can also use it for you and your parents. So it works both ways. It's an amazing like offering. I really enjoyed it, and I know a lot of people find a lot of healing with that. So thank y'all for joining. Like I said, make sure to join the newsletter. A new episode of the Growth Project was released this weekend. It's all about the 5 unconventional tips, 5 uncommon tips on how to glow up, how to manifest, how to glow up, and how to have an undeniable change within yourself to the point where no one can deny that you have glowed up. And I talk about a lot of the tips that we don't really see on YouTube. A lot of the things we talk about here, it's very like surface based when we're talking about glow up. And this episode was about all of the things that I personally did internally that really helped me to have this change, to have more confidence in myself, to have the courage to start this podcast, to start these series that you guys are seeing I'm doing. I was an extremely shy person, so I had to go through a lot of inner work to be able to do the things that I'm doing here today. and you guys get to witness us as we grow and as we change, which I feel like is so beautiful. So if you guys want to go check out that episode, it was dropped this weekend. It's called 5 Uncommon Tips for You to Have an Undeniable Glow Up. And we're going to have a new episode. Like I told you guys, the podcast is definitely back. So you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you guys listen to your podcast. And we're going to be having a new episode every mother effing week. So thank y'all for joining so much, the Growth Project and Success with the Stars. And I will see you next time. Bye.